Lords and ladies, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to go from poor to rich in Final Fantasy IX in a couple of easy steps using something that is known as the cotton rope trick. Now obviously to do this, you need a little bit of funding, you need some money to start with. Easiest way to get money very early in the game is obviously the duel with Blank and Sedan. If you impress 100 nobles out of 100, you will get 10,000 gil, I believe it is. Now obviously while this is just playing away here, because I'm going to show you, like, even if you fail it, you can just keep retrying it until you get it right. Until you get it as close to 100 as you want, right? But it doesn't have to be 100. 100 just makes it a lot easier. Now this trick that we're going to use is known as the cotton rope trick. It can be done twice during the game. First time is in Limblum, and the second time is in your first visit to Trino. Should state it's your first visit to Limblum as well. So you first visit to both Limblum and Trino. You can use them to absolutely just power drive your money. Which, whereas it's not 100% needed, it does come in handy. It does offer benefits. Especially with the way synthesizing is in this game. You don't want to miss out on abilities, be it weapon abilities, armor abilities, accessory abilities, anything like that. And it also just takes out the need to ever need to grind, to be honest with you. So as you can see here, I'm not insanely quick with the button timing here at all. And in this one here, I'm pretty sure I do get the 100. Which obviously, if you've seen, what was it, I think was it the first or the second episode of the playthrough I'm doing at the minute, I did hit 100 on the first try. It's not difficult, it is quite forgiving in the timings. Which obviously, it's nice for the 10,000 gil, and the Moonstone comes in pretty handy, especially if you're looking for the achievements for getting all the Moonstones in the game. There's only 4. So, there you go, 100 of 100 impressed. Don't have to do it again. We get 10,000 gil right at the beginning of the game. Nice and easy. Now the second way to do it, to get the rest of the money we need, is from something called the Ragtime Mouse. Now, I did explain in one of the episodes, I think it might have been episode 4 or 5, the easiest way to get the Ragtime Mouse to spawn is to move in the forest like that, just little tiny taps. You want to move so that the trees don't rustle. Now we get 4 encounters with this guy on disc 1. He's going to ask you a series of questions. There's obviously plenty of guides online and stuff. The questions are all in random orders. He doesn't have a set pattern. But the more you get right, the more money you get from him. I think you can get what, 4,000 or 5,000 gil at this point in the game from the 4 encounters on disc 1 with him. Now unfortunately, like I say, obviously I've done this in the videos I've done. Got them all right. I think in this one here, I think I got the first one wrong, to be honest with you, because I didn't realise I'd encountered it and I just mashed the button. But that's another way to get money. So with all that money, what we're going to do now is we can now start the cotton rope trick. So the first thing to do is, in the shop at Dali, we want to talk to Eve here, and we want to buy 99 wrists. It doesn't have to be 99 if you haven't got the money for it, but 99 is what we're aiming for, with money left over preferably. Then in Limblum, we want steepled hats. Now this bit here is after I've done the trick, but you want enough stapled hats to be able to synth the cotton ropes without leaving yourself short of money. You need 1,000 gil per cotton rope, as you can see here. So I've got 5,000 gil there. I'm going to make 5 cotton ropes. Nice and easy. We run back across the street to the weapons shop in Limblum. We sell them cotton ropes. Each one sells for 2,000 gil. And then we rinse and repeat. Now, with this being Final Fantasy IX, right, you don't want to use all your wrists, you don't want to use all your stapled hats, you don't want to sell all your cotton ropes, right? Now you can see here, obviously I'm working out in my head how many stapled hats that I want to buy for how many cotton ropes I'm going to be able to do in one go. So you saw 10,000 gil there, so I bought 7. that leaves us, so it's going to cost us 7,000 to synth the robes, but once I've done that I will have an extra 14,000, and eventually you will get to a point where you have enough just to buy the rest of the stapled hats you need in one go, and just make all the cotton robes, run back, sell, so on and so forth, right? Very, very easy. Like I say, we can do this again in Trino later on, exactly the same. We just nip back to Dali, buy the wrists, and we can buy, I think we buy the stapled hats at Borden Station, where you meet up with Tantalus as Garnet and Steiner, just before Marcus joins the party actually for Trino. And we can rebuy stapled hats there to replay and redo this loop all over again in Trino, to, you know, like I say, it just gives us the money to be able to actually buy everything that's on offer straight away. Now, whereas this isn't the most, you know, interesting, footage or gameplay, this is essentially what it is. Now, obviously, you can put it on speed up, you know, make it a bit quicker when you're doing it yourself, but all this does essentially is this gets rid of the need to ever actually have to grind for money. By the time we can't do the cotton rope trick anymore, we're not really going to be as down hard and down bad on money as we'll be. I've skipped ahead a bit there, but as you can see, I can now buy enough stapled hats for wrists I've got, which is just a wonderful thing to be able to do. But yeah, it just takes away the need to grind for money in disc 1, disc 2. By the time we hit mid disc 2 to late disc 2, we don't really need money anymore. Wait, sorry, we need money, but it's not as hard to come by. We'll have plenty of it by then through abilities, random fights, stuff like that. But at this point in the game, Lindblom is what I would class as the first big city where you know there's a lot to buy, there's a lot you want to do. There's the synthesizing, there's all the new arms and weapons. As you can see there, I just got my last 38. Now, what I do is I tend to send 35 or 36 of the last ones. I like to keep 2 or 3, just so I've got them in case I ever need them, or if there's an ability on there I want to, you know, take your party member or multi-party members at the same time. We don't have to worry about sharing the cotton robe around as much. So how many do I have to sell here? 35, 70,000, or do I say, yeah, there you go. See, so it leaves me with 72,000 gil, which is absolutely more than enough to buy anything I need at this point in the game and going forward for the rest of disc 1. And it's very early on disc 2 we'll be able to repeat the whole process all over again, which is, you know, it's just a nice little booster. Now, I know you might be thinking, oh wait, we can just grind the money, we can get the gil and abilities off the new stuff at the same time, which is, yes, you can 100% do that. But as far as the quick and easy goes, for obviously getting the gil, this is the quickest and easiest. I mean, looking at that there, obviously you can see all the accessories and stuff I need to buy to make some of these, synthesize some of this new stuff I don't have. But with all that gil, I have absolutely no problem getting that now. Plus the 3 cotton robes, which are just ordinary robes apparently. So I kept a few wrists, kept a few stapled hats. The wrists aren't massively important to keep. Like I say, you can rebuy them again at Dali on disc 2, so don't fret about it too much if you want to get rid of all your wrists. But now, obviously, I'm going to break it down for the ones who want to see the actual numbers of how this works. Right, it's time for our math and our the profit. So what you're going to see here is the fact that it costs us 1,390 gil total to synth one cotton robe with the wrist, the stapled hat and the cotton robe cost included, which we then sell for 2,000 gil. So every time we do this, we make 610 gil of just extra money, extra profit every single time we loop this cotton rope trick. And I say we're going to be able to do this again. Like I say, I'm repeating myself here, we'll be able to do it again on disc 2, so not too much to worry about. But I've been Thomas, this is Daddy Guided Gaming. If you've enjoyed this, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe.